Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel today. Now this is going to be the long awaited and honestly long overdue sequel to Wrestlemania Secrets. If you don't feel like listening to this, just click the timestamp below and you will go to the first secret in this video. And if you haven't seen part 1, that's also in the description down below. Now first off, I'd like to address why these videos took so long in the first place. I didn't address this in the revenge video yet. But what ended up happening was right when I was going to be making these videos, I ended up getting sick with a pretty bad cough. And then once my cough was over, it didn't end there because then my hearing started to go. So I wasn't able to record these lines for the video that was coming up. A lot of people are saying, well, part 1 of No Mercy in Wrestlemania 2000, they didn't have any voices. The reason for that is I didn't have a mic. So now that I do have a mic, this is a new direction that I intend to go with this channel, with doing voiceovers as well as doing Let's Plays in the future. If you guys like this kind of content, let me know. If you want me to go back to being silent, that's fine. Just let me know in the comments below. We have quite a few videos planned, including a remake of the first 2 Secrets videos with voiceovers. This one is going to be a special one, however. If you remember all the way back, after the end of the WrestleMania 2000 Secrets, I asked you guys, do you have any more secrets to want to share in the comments below? And boy oh boy did you guys share. This video is going to be a special commenters edition, where we're going to go over the comments that you shared, sharing your own secrets and things that I didn't even know were in this game. And I appreciate you guys doing this, and those who did share will get the credit, so don't worry about that. At the start of every secret, I will show who did comment that particular secret. Some of them, I believe, may have actually commented a few different secrets, or some of them may have commented the same secret, but you're going to get the credit regardless. But with that intro out of the way, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell to be notified of the daily notifications, whether uploads or memes or polls that are shared on this channel. Most importantly, thank you all for your continued support on this channel. Even if this doesn't get even half the views that the original videos got, I still had fun making this and I hope you all enjoy. Alright fellas, this one we're going to start off hot. Now this one is actually a leftover from the game that was made in conjunction with WrestleMania 2000, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. Now, in Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, for those who do not know, some superstars actually have 2 finishers. One is called a super special move that you can use once per match. How it works is you have to taunt while you're already in the special meter for certain wrestlers that have this ability, and as well as cause. Then you will have access to the strongest moves in the game that are inaccessible otherwise. Now this only works for your created wrestlers in WrestleMania 2000, but what you want to do is, as you can see with DDP, he has his diamond cutter as his finisher. But whenever you play as a created superstar, you're going to want to taunt once again, just like you would in Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 when you already have a special meter flashing. Doing this will actually replace your current special move with the bear hug. The bear hug is the first move in the move list, so that is why it replaces the super special that is otherwise unassigned. Now, Electrical Bat Ross 5797 is the one who shared this for us. Help the Wretched also added that you can use a Game Shark to add any move to your cough for this feature. You can actually get 7 attribute points instead of 5 for your created wrestler as well. And he also referenced the Invalid Stage Walk, where your character just slides down the stage, just like the Chrome Dummy in my character hack video. One last thing to mention is if you taunt while your special meter is just about to go out, you will actually get a few extra seconds of special meter as shown here. However, the timing is pretty strict and it is different with each taunt in the game. Alright then, this next one was actually the top comment of the last Secrets video. Smudgy5000 stated, you forgot to mention British Bulldog's face and attire from Revenge are in the game, making him creatable. You can also make the Road Warriors as their attire and paint is in the game. Now this is 100% true. The Road Warriors, I'm not 100% sure if they were actually intended to be included or not, since their contracts had expired long before this game did come out. However, considering they were also legends in Japan, there's a good chance that the Aki team were just such big fans of the Road Warriors, they decided to include their attires and their face paints in the game as well. As you can see, you can create pretty accurate Road Warriors in this game despite them not being playable. I'm sure there's some of you that could actually do a better job than me. However, I'm not a big Road Warrior fan, so here's my interpretation of what I believe they look like. If you are interested in creating these characters, there are some YouTubers out there, Wrestlemania 2000 in particular, that have released some amazing CAW videos detailing the movesets and all therefore attires for these characters that were not included in this game. The British Bulldog was set to return from Revenge, much like Chris Jericho. However, Chris Jericho returned in August of 1999, being eligible to be squeezed into the game last minute. The British Bulldog, however, returned September 9th of 1999 on Smackdown, pinning the Big Boss Man, capturing the WWE Hardcore Championship, and handing it off to Al Snow, whom the Big Boss Man was feuding it with at the time. Unfortunately, all that did make it was his Revenge attire, including his pants and his boots. Other characters who were mentioned in the game files but were not included are Sable, Nicole Bass, Ryan Shamrock, Tiger Ali Singh, Gilbert, Owen Hart, and Goldust. Most of these characters were removed due to the fact that they were either released at the time of this game coming out, or the relevance was completely gone by the time this game would have released. It's too bad, since some of these guys would have been very great to see in an Aki game. Gilbert, I'm assuming, would have been a direct clone of Goldberg from Revenge. Owen Hart unfortunately did pass in 1999 at the Overedge pay-per-view. Goldust unfortunately left us a little too early in 1999. He was, along with Owen Hart, at that year's WrestleMania 15, and him and Jeff Jarrett's models actually were included in the prototype of the first Smackdown game. Jeff Jarrett, while he did leave in September of 1999, his model is still included and is a fully playable character in this game, making his last playable WWF appearance to date. Alright then, this next entry I have to give credit to Butt Farts for this one. If you're playing a 30-man Royal Rumble with friends and one of you wants to back out without quitting, hit LRZ, D-pad up, and up on the C-pad at the same time, and you will become a CPU. Do it again to become a human, and it's the same thing as a manager, but in Royal Rumble mode. This was actually a leftover feature from Revenge as well, and I believe it is still a debug tool that was left in by the developers. I think this time though, they definitely changed it up, because in Revenge, it was just a simple button press of Z. This time, however, all I had to do was press Z and up on the D-pad, and while that did work, it was mixed. What I mean by that is it seemed like it would work sometimes, but other times it would not. Regardless, I got to work quite a few times without pressing L, R, or C up on the controller, but it does feel more like something that wasn't supposed to be accessed in this game as much due to the fact of how difficult it seems to be to pull it off in this game. But as you can see also, when you finish a Royal Rumble after doing this mode, you can see that there are two separate categories, one for human knockouts and the second for CPU knockouts. So perhaps this was intended to be a feature all along. Alright, this next entry on the list is another Aki stable returning from Revenge that allows you to play as the manager with either a player 3 controller or a player 4 controller. Now this selection was brought to us by some royalty this time, King C89. I forget exactly how, but I believe using another controller in the 3rd and 4th slots, then pressing a certain button combination allows you to control a wrestler's manager. I used to have my little brother control my manager on the outside of the ring to help me win matches easier in Road to WrestleMania mode. I believe it works on No Mercy too. Well, you would be correct, King C89. Once again, it is the same exact button combination as you would do in the Royal Rumble for the AI control. Now in my experience, once again, it could be different for others, I only had to press up on the D-pad plus Z at the same time, and it would work. The third controller slot would control the Player 1 manager, and the Player 2 manager would have to have their controller plugged into Player 4 slot. Unlike in Revenge, however, anybody can be managers in this game, so you won't get just strikes or anything of that kind this time around. For example, Triple H, he comes out with X-Pac, so you have full control over X-Pac and his maneuvers. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though the managers ever gain any actual momentum, and their taunts are replaced with the generic manager taunts you usually see. However, other than that, if you want to take control of this manager slot, you can do that easily, and you can kick butt as a manager, or as our friend King C89 does, he has them help them out in Road to WrestleMania mode. What's also fun is you can actually take over both slots here, and since the managers are automatically looking at the person that they manage, all eyes on your opponent this time. You can actually do lots of very cheeky maneuvers, as you can see here. X-Pac and Terry are both giving Meat the business here. And if you perfect this strategy, theoretically, this could be a speedrunner's dream come true. However, I would advise that you be careful, as when you're kicking the tar off your opponent, sometimes the managers do end up hitting each other by accident, and things unfortunately turn for the worse. This one is going to focus on leftover assets. 1999 was a crazy year for the WWF. Things changed from month to month. Characters' gimmicks changed, as well as superstars who were once there in 1999 and expected to be on the roster, lots were cut, as you heard from earlier. Our good friend on the channel who shared it with us this time is Pablo312. You forgot to mention Triple H's unused DX taunt. Luckily, I made a Triple H 97 with that taunt. After all, he and Shawn Michaels were a DX pair before Hunter's Betrayal in 2002. Triple H first started out the year of 1999 as the leader of D-Generation X. Triple H would end off the year as the Game. He would team with Chyna. This is the character that WrestleMania 2000 finalized on. Triple H's entrance also changed in this game, however, as he was expected to have the DX music and Titantron. What also changed was his in-ring taunt. As you can see here, Triple H is doing the classic DX crotch chop taunt that they were all known for. And while X-Pac still has his leftover in the game, Triple H only has his leftover as an extra taunt that you can apply to your Ka. You can actually use a GameShark code to put this taunt back on Triple H in the game and restore his DX entrance like it was intended to. And there does seem to be a misconception online that simply changing Triple H's entrance music to the DX music as well as the Titantron will restore this taunt. However, that is unfortunately not the case. Alright folks, this is going to be the lightning round. These are things that I can't directly show or just kind of made me laugh. Eccleston89. The intro song sounds like Psycho Holiday by Pantera. He's actually correct in this, and it's not the intro, however, it's the main menu song. If you listen to it on YouTube, Psycho Holiday and the main menu song of WrestleMania 2000 sound identical. Cyrex6519 mentions, not a secret, but back in the day, someone pointed out to me that X-Pac's face looked like Nicolas Cage. With the side-by-side view, you can kinda see it, I'm not gonna lie. It's not perfect, but it is kind of a funny thing to think about. But why don't you guys let us know in the comments if you think he does look like Nicolas Cage. Now this last one wasn't pointed out by anybody, which I am actually surprised and I'm somewhat thankful for. However, this is one that I simply can't recreate due to the emulator. See, as you can tell looking on screen, if you go to edit moves of any character or Ka, if you hold C right, you will see a blur effect. Unfortunately, this isn't the exact effect shown on screen, however, it is the best that I could do to try and replicate this. I always thought it was a pretty cool secret, and it's too bad I can't replicate it for you. I tried to look this up on YouTube, and I didn't really find anything relating to it. Alright everybody, that's really the end of this video here today. I'm just going to kind of ramble on a little bit after this. I decided to put the Big Show red singlet as well as his base attire. For whatever reason, whenever I put the Big Show on the channel, he seems to get big numbers. My Smackdown 2, hack videos, the No Mercy videos in particular, when I played as him for the US Heavyweight title and Revenge, he just got a lot of views for me. So, it's, I don't know what it is, if you guys just like seeing the Big Show or what, but here he is while I talk. So pretty much I just wanted to thank you guys for, supporting the channel. Obviously you guys, the secrets videos are the ones you want the most, and I really did want to, follow up on these a lot sooner. I did get the mic probably only maybe like 2 weeks after I did those videos, and I fully intended to have these out way sooner than what it was. Unfortunately, like I said, I ended up getting a cold. I ended up having a cough that literally lasted well over a month. And then pretty much when my cough, ceased and I was ready to start doing these voiceovers for the videos, unfortunately, the hearing in my right ear went out pretty much completely. Thankfully, that is fixed. I'm no longer sick, as you can tell, and my hearing is pretty much restored, thankfully. But, that is kind of the reasoning as to why, things turned out the way they did. And, like I said, it has been so long, I wouldn't be surprised if, this video has not even half the views it had in the first place. And who knows, maybe even me talking over this stuff, people are going to be turned off by it. I've heard a lot of good things about my voice, but that said, when I listen back, it just kind of sounds awkwardness to me, but a lot of people say they enjoy my voice despite its monotoneness. They say I could have been a radio thing. At least old people say that, Honestly, our modern day radio or podcast people, really. But I mean, seriously, you guys, let me know in the comments if you want more of these. I do intend to finish out the secrets videos at the very least, doing voiceovers like this. And I do intend, I think I've mentioned it like a million times already. I'll probably continue to mention it. I will remake the parts 1 of No Mercy and Wrestlemania 2000 with voiceover as well, and add maybe a secret or two. That way it's not just the same video. But once again, I really do appreciate you guys so much for watching and tuning into this channel. And I know a lot of these guys that watch my channel, Wrestlemania 2000, Aki games in general are a big hit on my channel by far. I actually did a poll not too long ago and it was well over 50%. It's not that I don't want to play these games all the time. It's that, I would like to expand a little bit. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that, is going to try and make, millions off of YouTube or anything goofy like that. I don't have those silly pipe dreams. It's just that I would like to play a lot of other games from my childhood, even if these are definitely some of my favorites. Obviously, I started this channel to pretty much get a lot of Game Shark codes out and hopefully unique content, and WrestleMania 2000 was certainly lacking in that. I would love to do that with No Mercy as well, but unfortunately, the Game Shark codes for the emulator just aren't working for whatever reason. So if I ever am able to get Game Shark codes for No Mercy to work, other than my Big Show, hack, which thankfully at least those work. Also, like The Rock and Big Show's beta faces, I could get to work as well, but that's about it. But I will make, hack videos for No Mercy if I can get that stuff to work. But with that out of the way, once again, I really do appreciate you guys. I really do hope you guys enjoyed as well. Oh, and before I head off, I would like to give out a shout out to Danielle Wolf 3697. Thank you for your constant support. Alright, to end off today, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Ring the bell to be notified of the daily content. Comment any secrets that I may have missed. And remember, have a nice day.